part 2. Alright, we're going to part 2, so let's get our screen going. Awesome. Okay, so next thing I do always on my sites is get a schedule going, an everyday schedule for my backup buddy, so I don't have to be remembering. And I'm going to probably have to go and open up a Dropbox account, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go in Dropbox.com, and I already have a pre-created Gmail account, so I'm going to use that. And then I already have a pre-created Quest LV, and then we'll put in that email, and I'm gonna have a password that I already have selected for that. I'm just gonna find it, and once I find it, it is Quest QOPQ. Alright, so I always keep very tight notes. I'm not showing you my notes because I don't want you to go into my Evernote, but keep tight notes. Yeah, like this. And I'm going to bring all these notes into my Evernote. There you go. Alright, so basic free is good. I'm going to save the site so then I know I have my password ready to go. And then you don't have to do download, just go back to Dropbox. They force you to download their thing, but you don't have to. So we're good to go. We're logged in. And I did this because Backup Buddy is going to ask me for that. So I'm going to get the settings going. Local directory is fine there. Good. Error notification errors. Okay. So those settings look good. Let's save them. Let's do a schedule here. And let's get started. So I'm going to make a daily development. And I'm going to make it complete. And I'm going to do daily, because I'm developing every day until I finish. And I'm going to delete the local file. And I'm going to add a remote destination. So I'm going to go to Dropbox V1. I've tried V2, it doesn't work very well. So I'll allow that, and we should be ready to go. So Backup Buddy is connected. Yes, I've authorized Backup Buddy with Dropbox, and we are good to go. So destination name, my Dropbox Backup Buddy is, and since it's their email on their site, so they'll have their backups. I like to have this for every single site, so it's redundant. You have security and you have backup, so you have no excuse if the site falls down. You have absolutely no excuse. So we'll add new schedule, and there it is, and I'll put run now, so that it's saving also the schedule and it's making a backup. So we'll see. Good, so it's probably doing it in the background, and that is the last setup step I do. So now we're gonna go into connecting our FTP so we can easily manage changing the CSS. And for this I use Dreamweaver, and I'm going to see if I have an account here already, which I don't, OPQ. So I'm going to make a new site, and here we go, manage sites, new site, and I'm going to name it Quest LV. And then I'm going to find a folder, and I use my websites folder, and I probably have one here, yes. And I always divide my folders into images sandbox and site. So then I know my site is going to be there and it's going to be safe. I'm going to select the folder, I'm going to save it, and I'm going to be done for now. Now I'm going to go and make an FTP user, right? So I'm going to go in and to FTP accounts, and I'm going to make a user. Just going to use my name for now and a password that I already know and is near and dear to me. I want to log in into public HTML, so I'll take off that and then I'll create my FTP account, right? Alright, so I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver and I am going to go and add a testing server, or actually a development server, and I know this is on HostGator. Doesn't matter if you don't put a name there, and then ftp.questlv.com. Alright, so I'm gonna put in my username, Sergio at questlv.com, and my password, which I will not tell you. And I'm gonna test. Seems like it works fine. So now I'm gonna declare my root directory as public HTML, public_HTML, which is pretty standard. I'm gonna test again. Okay, so something's not right. I'm gonna take this off, see if that's what it is, and I'm gonna test again. Looks like it's not letting me, so I'll try like that. Okay. Well, I think I already declared it on my FTP user, so I guess it's where it's gonna be heading. Let's see. Save. Okay. Then I'll go to remote server, and yeah, I think that's yeah. I don't have root level access, so I have public HTML access, which is perfect for me. And I'm gonna start by downloading the theme locally, so I could change it there. I usually mostly change CSS file and functions file and the footer, but we'll go into that later. Okay, so let's open up the style file. This is where all the magic happens, and I'm gonna show you how and why. So let's go over here. So it looks like this is all confirmed. We're good. Alright. So I'm gonna check to see if my Dropbox is not going yet. So we'll see in a couple of days. But for now, I'm gonna start cleaning up tabs so I can start developing in a clean fashion. Alright, so I'll just leave the site there. And I am going to go, and the first thing I'm going to do is to create a layout. So then I have what to play with. Alright. So I'm going to erase all my layouts. And I'm going to apply. And then I'm going to create a layout called homepage. Homepage. And I'm going to see how wide it is. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to establish the width in my JPEG file or my PSD file. I'm using Fireworks and Photoshop. So here we go. I'll just put it close to here. See how that looks. I don't think that's gonna fly, so I'm gonna use the edges of this little slider up here. And then let's see. It's 1137, so I guess I'm just gonna round it out to 1140. And let's see if we're like super close or not. No. So another 2 pixels back. And then there, another one to the right. 15. And that should give us 1140 exactly. So that's a good width to have. Pretty standard. And we're gonna have everything within there. So let's do it. Custom, no extension, and then I'm gonna put in 1140. And I'm gonna see. Somebody emailed me about this. Hang on, let's see what they have to say. Um, so, all right, let's continue. So I'll save layout and continue editing, and I'm gonna see about like the areas that I'm gonna have, right? So this is where you have to get creative with Builder and iThemes, and it's very simple actually. I don't know where I got that Google Plus notification. I'll go see in my email. Seems like we have people going on. So somebody's saying translate. I can't translate. Oh, well, hello. Hello. So welcome to the class. I hope you enjoy it, man. Wherever you are. www. Anyways, so I'm gonna continue with this, and I'm gonna start adding little modules. So the first thing here that I'm gonna add is the top, which is gonna be a widget bar. It's probably gonna be a widget bar with 2 widgets. This part, this left part, and this right part, right? So let's do that. Add a module. And I'm gonna add a widget bar. Alright, so add a module. And I'm gonna make it simple. I'm gonna make 2. And I'm gonna make it half and half. So we don't have any problems. I'll save that. Perfect. So I'm gonna save layout and continue editing. No, I'm gonna make the next part. And I am thinking of doing either an image here with a menu. Let's see what options Builder gives us here. Because that's a little funky. It's a little custom design. So we'll figure it out. Add module. And we'll see if we can do a navigation and add a widget to the left. I hope we can. Okay, for the time being, we'll do WordPress pages. And let's see if we can add something here. The layout module offers different navigations. To get the most part of this feature, use the WordPress built-in menu. You can select one of the legacy menu types and the WordPress pages option to show all of your. I don't think this is very relevant to us, so I'm gonna save this. I can always go back and erase it if I can't do anything. Let's see if I can modify settings. See if I can put anything else here. I don't think I can, so I'm gonna cancel this module and I'm going to erase it because I do need an image or something to the left where I can click in. So I may make let's try an image module and see what happens. Alright, so it lets me use a sidebar. Let's try that. One sidebar to the right. And then let's see how far along do we have to make this sidebar. So we go back to our PSD and we see just about how much do we need. So I'll just calculate there. We'll see. So that's 736. I like even numbers, so I'll bring it back another 4. And that should give me, 85. So that should give me 740. Well, let's try that. Let's do 740. And that should fit in my nice little menu there. Let's do that. Um, Custom, and we'll make it 740. Alright. And let's choose a file for now. I'm gonna go get this as a placeholder for now. I'll make it better because I have to work all these other elements, but for the time being we'll just put in a placeholder just to have, and we'll replace it later, so keep that as a note. Oh, it's funny, they have a little effect here that goes over the image, so we'll have to figure that out later. That's a little custom stuff. Nothing too worrisome. We will be able to figure it out. For now, we just need a placeholder, and we use Fireworks standard stuff to be able to slice it up and send our slice up to Quest Academy. So when I save in my images downloads, images sandbox, I try whatever I'm gonna upload, I put in there. So it would be main banner placeholder for now. Alright. So here we go. I'll choose a file and I'll bring it in. I'm gonna go look for it in Quest Academy, and then I'll go to my uploads folder, and there you go. So we got that for now. No alt attribute for now. Link URL just to the main domain. No, it doesn't open up in the new window, and I'll just save that. Well, now when we go to our widgets, we'll be able to put a menu on the sidebar, and then we'll have to hijack the CSS and do some funky stuff, but it's gonna be fun. That's what's fun about Builder. You gotta play around with it, but at the end it'll be a very, very solid website when we do it. So I'll save it again. I'm gonna see what our next module is gonna be. I'm gonna build them all out, and it's just gonna be one widget module. I think I'm gonna put the whole slider there. So we'll do that, and let's see, it's gonna be 100% width, and let's go for it. So, and I'll start naming them. So I'll modify setting. I'll put in top bar. I'll make it a little more descriptive. I'll make it top green bar. Alright. Then I'll modify the settings here, and I'll put image, and I'll make it banner plus main menu. Alright, so keep things really clean, really well named, everything. Keep saving your stuff, These are things that I can't repeat enough. So now I'm going to make a widget bar, and I'm going to add it, and just one widget. And I'm going to call it slider, because I'm going to put a really nice slider. I have some very good plugins for that. So we'll do that. And then I'll save layout and continue editing. And then I'll add another module. Let's see what we have. We have 4 widgets, so I'll do a 25% 4 widget module, and I'll call it call to actions, because that's what's calling people to different actions on the site. So we'll do that. For calls to action, I'll save that, and then let's see what else. And then welcome to Quest Preparatory Academy. So this is a nice little content module, and I'm gonna see how far I need to make my sidebar. I'm anticipating this because Builder's gonna ask me, so let's go see that, and it's gonna be 395 pixels. So I think Builder asks in pixels or percentages, but we'll figure it out either way. Let's go back to Builder, save it, continue editing, add module. So I'm going to add a content module, and let's see. So I'll make a custom bar, and it's 395. 395 pixels to the right, and I'll name it main page content. Alright, so I'll save that, save layout, and continue editing. Alright, so let's go in and see what's going on. So we got that. We got another little footer here where we're gonna have our newsletter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in another widget here, and let's see, let's go get that. So I'm gonna add a full width widget bar, add module, and then one, and then I'll put newsletter because that's what it is, and then I'll save it, and then I'll save the layout again. Then we have a footer with 5 parts. So this is what I'm gonna do here. Okay, so I'm actually going to make these 1, 2, 3, and then one long one, because this one's going to be hard to divide into two widgets. So I'm going to make one long one, so it's going to be 3, 4. So, and then we'll divide I think these 3 will be, let's go measure it exactly. Okay, so let's take this out, and I'll make a measure here, and I'll be able to see what's up. So there it is, 649. Let's make it 650 even. Alright, so we got 650 and 490, and I'm going to calculate percentages. So out of 1140, I'm going to divide 650 by 1140, and I'm going to get that percentage. 650 divided by 1140 is 57%. So our left sidebar is going to be 57%. So then we know that the right one is going to be 43%. So let's do that. Let's freaking do that. So it's 57. So I'll add module. So then I'll do a widget bar. And the 57, I'm going to have to divide in 3. And the last to the right is going to be, so let's do custom first. So the last one I know is going to be 43. Let's make it 44. So then we can divide 56 into 3. Or let's see, 57 divided by 3, 19. Equally. So we're good. So it's going to be 19, 19, 19, and 43. 19, 19, and 43. And we got our custom widget bar, and that is, I'm going to call it footer 1. And then the last one, I'm going to make a standard builder footer. and that's going to be footer, which is this little thing right here. See? Okay, so there we go. Just footer, standard footer. And no sidebars in it. We're just gonna program it with pure PHP and HTML. So I'm gonna save my layout now. Now the next thing that I like doing is setting up my permalinks, which I should have done earlier, but that's fine. We'll just do it right now. So I just always, it's post name. You have no more complications than to do that, right? So I'll save my changes. And we are all set. Super set. All right. So now I'm gonna go and create at least the top level pages, right? So I can have a menu to fill out and all that stuff. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete this sample page first. Go to trash, yes. And then I'm gonna add new. And what I like to press Control and just open up several tabs, so then I can do it really fast. All right. So for the time being, I'm gonna give it a little basic SEO. So Quest, Academy, Las Vegas. At least that's what people are gonna be looking for, right? So I'll just publish it for now. And I'm just gonna change here so I know that it's a home page. Okay. And then I'll update it again. And then I'll just make the about page. About Quest Academy. It's not, I don't like doing like just about, so I always try to name pages a little more. At least you're giving an added value to the client. This client is not paying us for SEO, but you know they'll appreciate it if you just give them an added little thing that takes you a few seconds usually. So I'll publish the page, and then I have the board page. So we have the board page. I don't know what to call this, so Quest Academy board. Alright, and then I'll publish it. I just need to make them to have placeholders and to have standard menus just go where they have to go from the beginning. That's fine, I'll leave it like that. And then the permalink like that. And then let's see. We have campuses, parent resources, so let's go do that. Quest Academy, campuses, and then I'll copy that and I'll bring it into the next page and I'll call resources, right? And then what else do we have? Oh, it's parent resources, so we'll go into and do parents resources, and let's fix the permalink here. Parents resources, okay. So I'll open that and then I'll go here and see athletics and support. So I got 2 more pages to do. I know there's going to be some other drop downs, but we'll go into that later. So I'll add 2 more. And then let's Quest Academy Athletics. And let's publish that one. And what was the other one? Quest Academy Support. Quest Academy support. All right. So we got all our pages done. We'll do parent pages later and all that fun stuff, but for the time being, we got all the pages we need for now to make a basic menu. So I'm gonna go and make a menu using those pages, and I'm gonna make it a new menu, but I'm gonna clean out a little bit here. Let's clean out all these tabs. It's you start getting into the habit of opening too many tabs, then you get lost. So let's go in and into appearance, into menus, and we'll just make create a new menu, and I'm gonna make it main menu because it is the main menu, right? So we'll create that, and after creating that, we are going to add pages. So it's pretty much all the pages that I have right now. We will sort them out once they're up there. Alright, so I know support was the last one. I know Quest Academy was the first one. I know athletic was somewhere in there. And I'm gonna bring my file and see. So it's home about Quest Academy. And then I know parents resources were a little down, but let's see. So campuses, and then parents resources, athletics. Where was the board? Board was right after home. So home, about, board, so it's after about, right? And let's change the navigation label here. So what I do is I try to bring this one and make it the title attribute, and then just put here home, right? Because that's the way the client wants it. They're just big links with capitalized letters, and then about Quest Academy. So we'll just bring that into title attribute, and we'll just make about, and then Quest Academy board, and same thing. I'll just bring this one into title attribute and name this board and close it down. And then same thing, we'll bring it into title attribute, and then it was, I think it was campuses, how he wants it. So campuses, and then close it down. And then after that, parents resources, so just put here, right? And then athletics, so we'll keep doing the same deal we're doing. And then athletics, and then we'll put in the same thing and make it support. So I'm getting a Skype here. Oh, so I'll put in support, and we'll save menu. And we got our menu. All right, good. So we saved the MIDI, and now we have the basics. All right. So we had our good friend Brian Parnell coming in and dropping in some good stuff. But it's on SEO, so we're not doing SEO right now. We're just doing websites. Let's continue. All right. So next thing that I do is I'll go and I'll declare in my settings what I want my pages to be. I'm finding that it's not just another WordPress site. It's Quest Academy, but we'll fill that out later. All right, let's save this. And then we'll go to reading settings. And then I'll choose the static page. So we're gonna make it a home page. Quest Academy Las Vegas, and post pages, no. All right, so let's do this. Boom. Good stuff. So I'm getting distracted here. Let's get back. All right, so now if we visit the site, we will see that we have our homepage, and we have these buttons here where we can go and edit, and you'll see that we have our homepage now, which is Quest Academy Las Vegas. So now I'm gonna be using that page over and over and over again to edit the theme up. And the first thing I do is I set up the theme. I set up the builder layout. So I'm gonna use the homepage layout for this page, and then I'm gonna go and view page. So then I know that's the layout that I built. It has some funky stuff over here, but here's where we start getting down to the nitty-gritty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset all the CSS and get all these margins and paddings out of the way. So it's a simple process, and you'll get used to it little by little. But I'm going to go into the style sheet for this theme. It already has a made style sheet, right? So we're looking to take all the margins and paddings out, and this is the way that I do it. I just go in and I press inspect element, right? So I start looking little by little, going up, 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 up. The first thing I look is for these little orange, which means there is a margin. So I'm gonna get rid of that margin, and it's on the builder container auto wrapper. So I'm gonna find that over to the right, and I'm gonna find that my margin is 1.5. Yeah, so that's what gives it up there. That's what makes it go there. If I make it 0 here, you'll see what happens. See, it goes up. So I'm gonna go and find that line, and it's style CSS 131. So I'm gonna go into my Dreamweaver. I'm gonna save this as a style original so that I have something to go back to. All right, so here we go. And now I'm gonna go and find, which line was it? Well, 131, right? It says right here. So I'm gonna find line 131, Perfect. And I'm gonna comment out just that one because the auto is the one that centers it, right? So that's usual CSS, margin auto centers things. So I'm gonna make it 0 on the top and 0 on the bottom, and then comment out that 1.5 in case I need it in the future, which I don't think so, but I still do it. Upload the file. And sometimes it takes a little bit to connect. So I'm gonna be refreshing this for a little bit, and it's still uploading. I'll try seeing the log. I'll cancel for now, and then I'll try uploading it again, see what happens. Sometimes Dreamweaver craps out like that. So we're having a little trouble uploading. Okay, good. So we're uploading. So now if we refresh this page, we should see that there's no margin anymore. Ah, excellent. So now you see these little spaces here. I tried to take them out too. So I'm gonna take these little spaces out, and those are margins too. So let's go in here and use the same method. We inspect element, and then we go see. We go one up, another up, another up, another up, and this is what's causing that margin. It's right here, because you see there's that orange little thing, so that means it's a margin. A padding is a green, a margin is like that. So we'll find it on line 142, and it's right here, margin bottom. So let's go get rid of that. All right, so it's 142. 142 margin bottom. Let's just get rid of it. So you're starting to get the hang out of it, right? So I'm resetting my style sheet to be just the way I want it. All right. Good. So now we don't have a margin. This might be because we have a module that's a little bigger, so it creates a margin, but no big deal. We're just getting the big picture right now. Okay, very good. So now we're gonna start getting rid of the paddings inside, because you see this is like bring the widgets out, and I don't like that. That's super funky. So let's start getting rid of those paddings. So same thing, inspect element, and then we'll go see. What do we have? There's a padding right there. There's also a margin somewhere. So I'm gonna get rid of those margins first. Let's see. So keep going up. So there is the padding that I want to get rid of first. So we go from the outer layer to the inner layer. Okay, so it's line 364, and we're gonna go and comment it out again. It's padding 0.75. We take it out, we'll see that it fixes that funky thing. So let's just take out the padding and make it a really nice and tight thing. 364. So 364. There we go. All right, so we're done, and let's see what happens. Let's refresh it again. Boom. So we have no more padding. There's still some more, so we'll find it. There's another padding right there. I want to get rid of it for the time being. We'll figure it out later if we need padding for other stuff. We generally don't, but let's just try it in here. It's line 210. And then we have several. So I think this is the senior one. Looks like it is. But we'll go and get them all. So it's line 210 first, which is the padding right. So we'll go to line 210. Let's comment it out again. We leave them in, I leave them in because sometimes you need to revert back, but usually you don't. Still, just comment it out, right? So let's go see what happens. That didn't move it much. I think we're still having some paddings. Yup, there it is, the green stuff. So now let's try this and see what happens. So it gives us more, but then we'll get rid of it here. Good. So it's both 379 and 196. Let's go through 379 and let's get rid of this padding. We're just getting rid of the paddings. And then we'll go to the next line and 196. And we'll get rid of the rest of the padding. 196, 196, 196. Here it is. So, boom. We just want our modules nice and tight. We'll figure out how to pad them up later. I usually like to pad up the widgets that are within the modules, and it's a lot easier. So we're all nice and tight. Everything is as it should, and we're ready to start developing. I think this is the end of part 2. Thank you for watching. Toodaloo.